Good day, everyone. My name is Miss Jodi Marie R. Haji, your guidance counselor from the Sorsogon National High School. For this day, I am going to discuss to you understanding student mental health. Now we have here the hashtag break the stigma. All right. So we are trying to break the stigma from of the mental health issues and concerns. All right. And also we have another hashtag which is it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to stay that way. We are uh, we are perfectly normal in experiencing this kind of feelings, but also we are much more capable of overcoming this type of emotions. All right. Now, all of us are fighting the invisible battle. Okay. I know that some of you might agree to this because so many of the struggles in our lives are unseen or secrets. No? Hindi naman po lahat nakakaalam ng mga personal struggles natin. Okay. Now we have anxiety, depression, envy, insecurity, hatred, grief, loneliness, and bitterness. We are constantly fighting against unseen attacks on our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. We even wage war against ourselves and our own sinfulness. And then there's the ultimate invisible enemy. Okay? Yung ating sarili mismo. Um, na much more na mas pinapanigan natin ang ating weakness, ang ating vulnerabilities, and the temptations that would eventually destroy us. Okay? Sabi po dito, you wake up every morning to fight the same demons that left you so tired the night before, and that is bravery. When you choose to wake up in the morning, when you choose to pinili natin na bumangon tayo sa umaga and then we push through our day even though it's so hard for us, that is called bravery enough. Okay? That is called courage. Okay? To take on the struggles, panibagong struggles na kakaharapin natin sa panibagong araw. Okay? Now, everybody has their own problems. Okay? Iba-iba nga lang po ang ating mga levels ng ating problema. Sabi ng isang babae dito, "You'll never understand my pain." Na-prick lang yung kanyang finger. Whereas yung other person naman, siya na yung nag-sorry, pero hindi natin alam, siya pala yung may mas deeper na pain. Okay? But we cannot undermine the pains na nafe-feel ng bawat isa. Kasi nga po, everybody has their own problems. Iba-iba nga lang po ang level. Okay? So, a reminder lang for all of us that we be kind. Okay? We be kind because for everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. So, everyone is secretly fighting a battle na hindi natin alam. We're not even aware. We cannot even see it because, sometimes disguising it is much easier than expressing it out. So, let us just be kind to our peers, to everyone that we meet because we never know, no? Na that person is fighting a battle, no? Na hindi talaga natin alam kung papaano rin natin sila matutulungan. Okay? Now, for the new normal that we are facing right now, napakahirap para sa atin, hindi lang para sa estudyante. Kahit po ang mga working adults, mga adults themselves, nahirapan din sila sa shifting, sa transition na nangyari. Okay, let's take for example yung mga students, no? From the traditional face-to-face classroom interaction, bigla silang na-stuck sa bahay nila. Bigla silang na-isolate sa kanilang mga tahanan. Nag-resort sila doon sa module-based learning or online distance learning na hindi naman lahat sa atin ay sanay na gawin yun. Kami rin naman sa education sector, di ba? Nahirapan din kami sa transition na nangyari because ang alam namin, ito lang gagawin namin, pero ito yung mga kaakibat ng new normal sa ating transition na nangyari. So, we might as well readjust with it kasi wala naman tayong choice but we go with the flow. Okay? Now, I have a question for you. I know that some of you who are watching this familiar na kayo nito kasi ito talaga yung madalas kong ginagamit na quote. No? Now, when life gets you down rock bottom, as in talagang hinampas kayo sa pinakailalim, do you know what you got to do? This is from a Pixar movie called Finding Nemo. So, ang sabi dito ni Dory, you just keep swimming. Okay? Kasi wala naman tayong magagawa. Kasi ang sinasabi ko nga dati na yung hope, no? We hold on because pain always ends. Okay? Hope, ibig sabihin, hold on, pain ends. Lahat naman po ng problema ang pinagdaraanan natin, pagdaraanan lang po natin yan. So we might as well learn from it and move forward with it. Okay? Now, you can say to yourself, I am a warrior fighting an invisible battle. Lahat po tayo warriors. We are fighting invisible battles. Okay? Now, I would like to congratulate you for making it this far. Okay? And I'd like to remind you to keep going. Okay? Laban lang natin because we never know the rewards that is waiting for us at the end of the line. Okay? Now, allow me to discuss to you and to give you an understanding about stress, anxiety, and depression. Parang short course na rin po ito. Okay? Now, stress is body's response to a challenge. Okay, remember, it's a response. Okay? Though stress is often perceived as bad, no, it can actually be good in some respects. Now, the right kind of stress can sharpen the mind and reflexes. Okay? Now, this kind of stress, yung good stress is the eustress. Okay? Yung bad naman po is distress. Okay? Now, the eustress can help us sharpen our mind and our reflexes. Okay? It makes a person creative. Okay? It might be able to help the body perform better or help you escape a dangerous situation. Now, every day we are challenged with stress. Paglabas pa lang natin ng bahay, simulan natin sa pagising, pagligo, walang tubig, okay? Tapos paglabas natin, walang masakyan. Nakasakay na tayo pero traffic, okay? So, yun ang mga stress na usually pinagdadaanan din natin. Now, here are the red flags of stress. Okay? You may have difficulty sleeping, you lack focus or concentration, or you feel too overwhelmed with the things that is happening. No? Especially with this pandemic around us, with the new normal, no? We are limited to the activities na hindi natin magawa yung gusto nating gawin na mga activities na we are used to do when before yung pandemic, okay? You feel ill, yung kamay mo laging pawis, laging malamig, lagi kang pinagpapawisan, profuse sweating, laging masakit ang ulo, may increased muscle tensions, okay? Psychological aspect naman, you always tend to to self-talk negatively. Parang wala ka nang makikitang brighter future ahead of you because you always acknowledge negativity, okay? You have these uncontrollable, intrusive, and negative thoughts or images. And of course, you're unable to concentrate and you have this self-doubt always na you're not good enough, you're not worthy enough of the things na you're supposed to be enjoying, okay? So, here are the tips to reduce stress, okay? First, we learn to plan, okay? Sabi nga po baga sa famous saying, if we fail to plan, then we're planning to fail. So, it's very important na kahit sa pagsimpleng pag-grocery o pagmamalengke, pinaplano natin yan from the budget, kung ano yung bibili natin, saan bibilhin, hanggang saan lang po yung budget natin, ano yung mga brands ng mga products na bibilhin natin, pinaplano po natin yan, okay? Para hindi tayo nag-overboard, okay? Ganon din po sa buhay, okay? All those things, there are things in life that do not go on as planned. But what is important is na plano natin, okay? Of course, second is we recognize and accept that we have limitations. Lahat naman po tayo may mga limitations lang, okay? The first thing to do is to recognize and to accept the fact that we are limited. Okay? You talk out your problems. Okay? This is also one way to reduce stress. Talk out your problems. You can vent it out to someone that you trust, someone that is a professional mental health practitioner na pwedeng makatulong sa iyo on how you could cope with your problems. Okay? Learn to play a sport or get physical. Kumbaga, we try to have these physical activities. Yun nga ang sinasabi ko sa mga previous talks ko na you need na to go to a gym. Well, if afford natin, then we can go if afford ng time natin, ang budget natin. But simpleng paggawa lang, pagtulong sa bahay, it's also very important na uh, it's also a very important type of physical activity kasi nakatulong ka na, nakapag-exercise ka pa. Okay? Of course, we decide to be positive. Hindi po sa COVID, no? We decide to be positive sa buhay. Kasi ang buhay naman kasi is depende on how we look at it eh. Do you look at it from the perspective of negativity or do you look at it from the perspective of positivity? Do you look at it from the perspective of pain or do you look at it from the perspective of purpose? It's up to you, okay? Now you love yourself more than anybody else. Sabi ba kasi isang kanta, learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. Now, of course, we exercise kasi pa nag-exercise po tayo, ang nagre-release po yan ng happy hormones, yung dopamine po natin. So, it's very important na meron din tayong exercise. Okay? We change your surrounding. Kapag ka masyadong stressful ang surrounding mo, you try to change it or you do away with it. Pwedeng pag nai-stress ka muna sa bahay, pwede kang magpahangin-hangin or you try to reorganize the things in your house or maglinis ka, ganun. So, we try to change our surrounding. Tayo naman din makakapili kung saan natin gugustuhin. Okay, now we now proceed to understanding anxiety. Mamaya you will learn kung anong difference ng anxiety and ng stress. Okay? Now anxiety or feeling anxious describes a mood familiar to most of us. Okay? And one that we may experience every day. No? Anxiety comes from a concern over a lack of control over circumstances. In some cases, being anxious and worrying over a problem may generate a solution. Okay? Normally, however, it will just result in negative thinking. Actually, yung ang pag-worry naman is kumbaga, it's a wake-up call for us that we need to have a plan B. No? What if, yung mga what if natin, o what if umulan, saan tayo ganito? What if hindi magkakuryente, meron ba tayong backup na generator? Yun. Worrying sometimes can help, but normally, it will just result in negative thinking. Okay? Now, anxiety keeps hanging around even the problem is resolved. Okay? Ito po yung kaibahan niya sa stress. Kasi po ang stress, kapag ka nawala na yung problema, tanggal na rin mo yung stress. Nakukuha niyo po. Ano? Now, ang anxiety, kahit na na-resolve na yung problema, ang dami niyo pa rin iniisip na, ano kaya, bakit kaya ganun? What if ganun? Di ba? It keeps hanging around kahit tapos na yung problema. And it involves needless worry. Ibig sabihin, hindi na kailangang hindi na kailangang i-worry, wino-worry pa natin. Okay? Now, when anxiety seems to come out of nowhere, is excessive, persists for many weeks without relief, or interferes with everyday life, or yung social affected ng inyong social functioning, it may not be just an ordinary mood anymore. It may be an illness. Okay? So, you go check on yourself para at least alam ninyo kung kailan kayo magsisik ng help. Okay? Excuse me. Now, the red flags of anxiety includes shortness of breath, feelings of unreality, shakiness, irritability. Ito kasi yung mga nafe-feel natin when we have these panic attacks. Okay? Pag nagpapanik tayo, nahihirapan tayong huminga, grabe yung palpitations natin. Yan, yung racing heart, pinagpapawisan tayo, and we cannot control yung feelings of choking sensations natin, di ba? Sumasakit yung tiyan. namamanhid yung katawan natin, gano'n. So those are the red flags of anxiety. Now, if we are unable to control it, it will control us. So pipili lang kayo. Kayo ang makokontrol sa emotions nyo o ang emotions nyo ang makokontrol sa inyo. Okay? Another red flag is, of course, yung muscle aches and tension. You can also experience insomnia or difficulty in sleeping, tight chest, naninikip ang dibdib. Okay? Numbness or tingling. Parang namamanhid na lahat. Okay? So you better watch out for that. Now, the difference between stress and anxiety is stress is a response to a threat or a situation. Anxiety is a reaction to the stress. Okay? Stress is just a temporary experience. Kaya nga, di ba earlier, sabi ko sa inyo, kapag wala na yung problema or yung stressor, okay na rin. Whereas yung anxiety, sustained siya. Okay? Wala na yung problema, you feel anxious pa din. It is a sustained mental health issue. Okay? Now, anxiety is considered severe when it is very prolonged. Okay? Lagi may kinalaman sa time frame and happens in the absence of a stressful event. Wala namang problema pero may mga manifestations tayo ng anxiety or it is interfering with everyday activities. Now, if that kind of emotion is slowly affecting your social functioning, then that becomes a problem. Okay, it may be an illness. Okay. Now, 5 ways to reduce anxiety right now. Okay, anxiety is very tough. Though this is according to James Cottenson. Okay, now anxiety is tough. Okay, none of these things is a cure-all. Okay, but they may help. They can help, and hopefully they may help take the edge of one of the hardest parts of being human. Okay, mahirap po maging tao. Okay, now first we can take deep breath in through the nose and out the mouth. Ayan, out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Let the exhale be twice as long as the inhale. Inhale, exhale. Do this again and again. Okay? Now, also, meron din ditong sinabi na grounding techniques. Okay? You can name 5 sounds that you can hear around you. Okay? So, right now, ang nafe-feel ko is yung crickets. Nafe-feel naririnig ko ang tunog ng aircon. Naririnig ko ang aking boses. Yung mga kahol ng aso. And naririnig ko ang electric fan. Okay, now see if you can hear what they would sound like if you didn't know what they were. Kasi minsan when we are bombarded with too much anxiety, na-enclose tayo, nawawala tayo sa reality. Okay, so the best thing to do is to snap back to reality. Kaya nga very important yung grounding techniques. Okay, now put your entire awareness in your feet. Okay, entire awareness in your feet. You connect it to the floor. Now notice they connect to the floor, okay? See if you can tell the difference between your feet and the floor. Okay, this is also a part of grounding technique. You should notice that there is a difference between your feet and the floor. Dapat ma-distinguish nyo pa kung alin doon yung paa ninyo sa alin doon yung sahig. Now, do a quick exercise if you are able. Squats, jumping jacks, planks, or just tightening the muscles in your body before releasing them can work wonders. Okay, so very important din talaga na may physical exercise tayo. Now, offer yourself the same companion you would have for someone you love very much if they are experiencing what you are experiencing. Okay, be kind to yourself. It can be hard to be a human. Okay, now we try to be kind to ourselves din. Huwag nating abusuhin natin ang ating mga sarili because at the end of the day, we only have ourselves to look after us. Okay, so we proceed to understanding depression. Now, depression is a mental disorder that affects a person's thoughts, moods, feelings, behavior, and physical health in total. Now, people once thought that depression was just all in the head, and that if one is really and that if one really tried, one could just snap out of it. Parang one snap lang, okay na, or just get over it. Now, health professionals now know that depression is not a weakness, okay? And it is not something that people can always treat on their own, okay? Kasi po, ang nangyayari po dito, nagkakaroon ng chemical imbalance po sa atin. Depression actually is not just a mood, okay? There is that chemical imbalance that is happening in us. That's why depression is something that we cannot control entirely, okay? Depression is a medical disorder with a biological and chemical basis, yung sinabi ko earlier. And it may affect people of all ages and nationalities. Walang pinipili na porke sa US, mga Americans lang ang pwede ma-depress or mga Japanese lang. Actually, it can affect most, okay, if left untreated. Now, some mental health problems such as bipolar depression or major depression tend to run in families. It can be biological po, no? Due to genetics or family interaction styles. Dito na po papasok ang nature and nurture, okay? Now, what are the key symptoms of being depressed? Okay? Letter D, you are depressed or you have this irritable mood. Okay? E, energy is very low. Okay? Wala ka pa namang ginagawa pero pagod ka na kaagad. Okay? Pleasure is not acknowledged. Okay? There are things that you used to love, that you used to do, but now they don't seem to excite you anymore. Okay? Pleasure is not acknowledged na. Sa letter R, retardation of motor skills. Okay? You are too tired to do almost anything. Pagod bumangon, pagod mahiga, pagod maligo, pagod ka gumawa, even pagod ka na mag-isip ng gagawin mo. Okay? Parang affected na yung motor skills natin. E, eating is either increased or decreased. Okay? Pagka ang eating is hindi na balance, it's definitely not healthy. The tendency is you eat too much or you eat too little. Same with sleep, yung S, okay? It's either we sleep too much or too little. So, i-observe natin din yung mga kasama natin if bigla silang parang lagi na lang mas gusto lang lagi natutulog, wala namang sakit. Maybe there's something that's bothering them. Kasi for some, especially sa mga depressed na tao, sleeping is one way of escape. Parang escape, ano nila yan, escape haven nila yan. Parang panatulog sila at one moment in their life na escape nila yung depression, feelings of depression. Okay, letter S, another letter S is self-blame. You always feel guilty. You always blame yourself for the things that is happening around you, for the things uh, that's happening within you. No, you feel worthless. Okay, parang wala kang halaga. Okay, you always blame yourself. Okay, sa letter E, your executive function or your memory is poor. Okay, you cannot concentrate. So definitely affected po ang ating executive memory or ang ating executive function affected ang ating memory because nakakalimutan natin alagaan ang ating sarili. So when we tend to forget on how to take care of our self, affected din po ang functions ng iba nating organs. Okay? Of course, sa letter D, we have these death ideations. You do self-harm, mag-attempt tayo na mag-suicide, gano'n. So, yan po ang mga key symptoms ng isang depressed na tao. Now, what it is like having depression and anxiety? Okay, so sa depression, you don't care about anything. Okay, don't care about how you look. You don't care about how you smell or ano yan. Basta you don't care about anything na. Parang you are left in this big black hole na floating ka lang doon. Whereas when you have this anxiety, you care too much about everything. Okay? You care too much about everything that it consumes you so much. Also, depression, you feel so physically exhausted, you struggle to have a shower. Okay? Your energy is very low, kaya hirap kang gumawa ng mga bagay na you used to do. But it can also be feeling so physically restless. You can't stop moving. You're experiencing panic attacks, no? Na ah, hindi ka makatigil na hindi mo malinis yung isang bagay na sobra na sa linis, yung parang gano'n, nagiging restless ka na ang tendency is napapabayaan ng iyong sarili, okay? Depression is feeling hopeless or having no urge to be productive. Parang wala lang, okay na tayo sa ganito, humihinga lang, 'di ba? But it can also But it can also be being scared of failures, anxiety. Okay? You become scared of failure. Ay, God. Okay. Okay, going back, naputo lang po tayo. So, sa depression, you feel hopeless. You have no urge to be productive at all. Okay, whereas sa anxiety, you are so scared of failure. That's why you tend to do almost anything for it. Okay, by taking advantage uh, of your strength, of your capacity na ang end result ay napapabayaan mo na ang iyong sarili, okay? Not wanting to be lonely but also too overwhelmed at the thought of socializing, okay? Sometimes ang depression is don't want to be alone, okay? But for the anxiety naman, naiisip mo pa lang that you're going to a party, you feel too overwhelmed. Kasi parang feeling mo ang daming tao doon, ang daming kakausap sa'yo, ang daming mong i-entertain. Yun. Okay? No, having both is like hell. Yeah. I would agree to that. Okay? Now, we have here an illustration about depression. Sabi dito, depression is quiet. No? It's very quiet. Now, and much like a mask, people hide it with a smile. Now, a depressed person would most likely uh, wear a mask, okay? Na to hide the smile, to hide the pain that he's feeling with a smile, okay? As you can see in the illustration. Nobody else can detect it but yourself, okay? Because disguising it is much easier than expressing it. The cheerier you are, the less that they will suspect. Okay? But then you can't hide it forever. Okay? Because everybody reaches a breaking point. But that's okay. Sabi ko nga kanina, it's okay not to be okay. But what is not okay to if we stay that way. So we just remember that you are precious, you are loved, and you are not alone. Maybe some of your friends are also experiencing it. Okay? Don't be ashamed. There are people out there who will understand. You just have to reach out. Okay? Another illustration shows that, sabi niya dito, hey, are you okay? Sabi ng isa, not really. You want to talk about it? Sabi niya, not really. So, ang ginawa lang niya, hindi niya kinausap, pero tinabihan lang niya. So, yung presence lang natin sa kanila is very important. Malaman lang nila na andyan lang tayo naka-standby for them is an assurance for them that they are still valuable. Okay? Now, depression is invisible. It's making jokes so others feel the joy that you're unable to feel. Okay? It's texting, I'm fine, while your eyes are full of tears. and you feel totally lost in the world. It's going to work and fulfilling all your obligations, but falling apart when you come home. Depression is like that, okay? Now, we have here the self-harm alternatives, okay? You can just read it. You can just watch your favorite TV show or movie, let yourself cry, you meditate or you listen to a song, go for a walk, listen to music, take a bath or shower, hug a toy or a pillow, play an instrument, you try to doodle or write something or draw something, something lang na makakapag divert ng attention ninyo. Okay? Now we have here 5 tips to overcome depression. Okay. First is we distract negativity. Now to get distracted from negativity, you must detach yourself from the things that generate negative thoughts. Okay. Take for example social media. Okay. The um it is in the power of your fingertips naman eh. Kung if you acknowledge negativity from social media. Ako, I tend to unfollow those people or my friends if I see that they are always posting negativities. So, hinahide ko yung mga post nila or ina-unfollow ko sila. Not merely unfriending them, okay? So, best way to deal with negativity is to focus on positivity. Okay? We just divert our uh, we just shift our gear, okay? Start looking for something positive in every situation, okay? We spend more time with family and friends, okay? They play an important role in breaking this barrier. Although sometimes they can be the cause of depression, but of course, there are always some people na talagang may important role sa buhay natin. So people who spend time with other people and engage themselves in some activities, develop a positive sense of self-worth. You try to engage yourself in some activities with other people. Of course, practicing the strict health protocols, no? We don't forget that. Adopt healthy habits, okay? Habits determine how successful and peaceful life you have. The healthy habits are like magic tricks that vanish your depression. Actually, I would say that it's important that we develop healthy habits because yung ano natin, yung healthy habits natin will change how we think about life. And when that happens, yung lahat ng bagay sa buhay natin will follow na lang. Okay? Now, you can create or generate your own happy hour. Okay? Now, happy hour means doing whatever you enjoy the most. Okay? It could be a process we just enjoy it. Now, an hour full of fun and positivity makes us feel lighthearted. We can just simply watch, mga comedy na podcast or sa YouTube. Okay, we can always choose what we see. Okay, what we feed ourselves. Kapag ka-depressed tayo, tas manonood pa tayo ng mga horror, ng mga thrillers, ng mga patayan, ng mga murders, mas lalo lang tayong mapupush back doon sa hollow na yun. Okay? So, we try to get up and then we try to feed ourselves with positivities. Okay? Of course, we live in the moment. Alright? You do one simple thing. You let go of the past and welcome the future when it arrives. Okay? Kasi po, kaya nga po past, kasi nakalipas na po siya. Okay? We live in the moment. Sabi nga po doon sa Kung Fu Panda na we live in the moment. Today is a gift. That's why we call it a present. That's why we call it present. So that pretty sums up the live in the moment connotation. Okay. Now acceptance helps you to find a cure rather than the cause of your problems. Okay. When you learn to accept that you have a problem, that you needed help, mas madali para sa inyo na maghanap ng cure rather than dun sa naging dahilan na naging problema nyo. Okay? So, accept this truth and live in the moment. Now, sabi nga dito, mental health is equally important to physical health. Okay? So pangalagaan din ho natin both. No? So life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it, and that is called attitude. Okay? Hindi ko po ito winawala sa aking mga presentations. Now, if ABCD is represented as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hanggang 26, now knowledge is equals to 96%, hard work is equals to 98%, and attitude is equals to 100%. Siningit ko lang siya, hindi siya related sa topic, pero siningit ko lang because I think this is relevant. Okay? Now, while hard work and knowledge will get you close, attitude will always get you there. Okay? Sabi dito nga, your aptitude plus your aptitude plus your attitude will determine your altitude. Okay, saan ka ba dadalhin ng inyong attitude? Saan ka ba dadalhin ng inyong kakayanan or capabilities? That's your altitude, okay? Okay. Now, tips for good mental health, okay? We talk about our feelings, we keep active, we eat well, we drink moderately lang po we keep in touch. Kasi ngayon, hindi na po uso yung makikita-kita kayo ng mga friends or ng mga kasama nyo through social media na lang. We always keep in touch. We call them, message them. Also, it's important that we ask for help, we take a break, we care for others as much as we care for ourselves. We do something that you're good at, okay? We celebrate small wins. Okay, important yun na pang-motivate sa atin. And of course, you accept who you are. Kung ito lang ang kakayanan ko, then it's okay. If there's a need for me to improve, then I'll work on it. Okay? Ganun po yun. Now, for yourself, what can you do? Okay, being open with people I trust about how I'm feeling. We seek help. Exercising, looking after my body, playing sport, eating healthy, be active. Okay? Calming, trying meditation, good sleep habits, like turning my phone off, early detox from social media. Okay? Kasi ako minsan, guilty ako dito, daling araw na nag-TikTok pa. Nanonood po sa TikTok. So, yun. Mag-detox po sa social media. Okay, learning a new skill. A great way to build your confidence. Okay? Relating to others, spending time with the people that you care about, contributing, helping others, or contributing to the cause I believe in. Okay? Para ma-feel mo na may say-say pa tayo sa mundo. Or create, expressing myself creatively, music, arts, drama, or writing. Okay? Congratulating yourself or being kind to yourself or listing the qualities that you value in yourself. Now, what can you do for others? You listen, okay? Listen to what your friend is trying to tell you. Take time to engage in the conversation. When we listen to the one that we feel na depressed siya, we try to validate their feelings. No, wag natin sasabihin na, ay, lilipas din yan. Hindi yan, normal lang yan. Okay? Kasi, from that point, pinuputol mo na kaagad yung connection ninyong dalawa na parang sinasabi mo doon sa taong yun, tama na, huwag ka na magkwento. Okay? So, we be an active listener. We stay in touch. Okay? Remain in contact. Excuse me. Stay in touch with your friend or family members. An email or a text or a visit can go a long way. Now, we avoid criticism. Okay? Do not criticize. If you know someone, don't criticize or be harsh. Take time to understand what it is that your friend is going through. Okay? Sabi ko nga sa mga previous talks ko, siguro ko kung ang mga tao ay marunong lang siguro umintindi, siguro ko mas less ang problema, no? If maging understanding lang yung mga tao. Now, for the information, if you know someone experiencing mental health problem, take some time to research and ask for professional help. You can always encourage them, no? Gently encourage them to seek help from mental health professional. Ang helping process kasi mas effective siya pag yung kliyente mismo, yung taong yung mismo ang dudulog sa iyo, hindi yung sapilitan. Okay? Kahit din po sa sa may sakit. Mas mabilis ang recovery ng isang pasyente kapag hindi sapilitan ang pagpapagamot sa kanya. Na kung talaga yung mga ginusto rin niya na magpagamot din siya. Okay? Communicate. We communicate verbally and non-verbally. We support all the way. Support and encourage your friend or family member. Be compassionate. You try to empathize with them. You try to put yourself into their shoes. Okay? Be patient. Understand that people will go through ups and downs. Be caring. Show them that you are there for them and you care about them. And of course, we try to be an advocate and support the promotion of mental health awareness, okay? Just like what I'm doing right now. Now, let's be a part of making the world a better place, okay? A few reminders lang. We deal with you deal with your problems before they deal with your happiness, because once you allow these situations to control you, wala na. Tapos na. Okay? So, we control them before they control us, before they deal with our happiness. Now, never give up on someone with a mental illness. Okay? Because when I is replaced by we, illness becomes wellness. Okay? That's why we needed each other to help one another. That's according to Shannon Alder. Okay? Now, another reminder is we keep going. No matter how bad things are right now, you say it, keep going. No matter how stuck you feel, say it, keep going. No matter how many days you've spent crying, say it, keep going. No matter how many days you've spent wishing things were different, just say it. Keep on going. No matter how hopeless and depressed you feel, we keep going. Okay? And I promise you, you won't feel this way forever. We just keep going. Okay? Pag meron tayong problemang kinakaharap, pansamantala tayong titigil because pagdaraanan lang natin siya. We don't stay in that situation for so long. Okay? We should keep going. Another reminder is going to a counselor or therapist like us when you're feeling sad or overwhelmed should be as normal as going to the doctor, no? Sa doctor's hospital or sa clinic when you have the flu or you feel unwell. Let's end the stigma about mental health, okay? Let's help each other. When we all have our days when we feel we can survive, okay? Lahat tayo nakaramdam ng ganyan. Sometimes dreams are shattered. Friendships may fall apart. Loved ones may hurt us. No? Hindi maiiwasan yon. Finances may worry us. Sickness may overtake us. We may even lose people that we love. But God will always be there to guide us through even the toughest of times. Never lose faith. Hold on to hope. Remember kanina sinabi ko na hope? Hold on. Pain ends. That's the meaning of hope. Trust in God always. Okay? Minsan kasi, when the devil is shouting in our ear, si God, they tend to whisper. He tend to whisper. Why? Because He wanted us to draw closer to Him. That's why He whispers. Unlike the devil na He always shouts, you're not capable of anything. You're not worthy. Yan. Okay? So, we choose to whom we listen to. Now, I know that you have been doubting your progress, some of your choices, ni-regret mo. You put yourself down. Please remember that you are doing just fine. Okay? No matter where you are right now, you are doing just fine. Remind yourself right now that no matter what it looks like, you are doing the best you can. And I believe that you do. Okay? You always encourage, support, and believe yourself because again and again, at the end of the day, you only have yourself to look after yourself. Okay? So this is just a simple prayer that I prepared. I know that some of you already did this. So just put ourselves in the attitude of praying. Lord Almighty, thank you for the gift of life. Grant me each day the desire to do my best, to grow mentally, morally, and physically healthy. Help me, Lord, at times when I feel that I cannot push through. Grant me peace, joy, wisdom, worth, and love so that I can help myself and others as well. Please forgive me for my sins. I surrender my everything to you, O God, and I accept you as my personal Lord and Savior now and forever. Amen. Now, thank you so much for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. Thank you.